If you are working in the infrastructure industry and want to accelerate your career, take on bigger responsibilities and aim for higher compensation, then this program from IIM Trichy is designed to help you do exactly that. Infrastructure is a sector where expertise, structured knowledge, and project management skills directly influence your career trajectory. If you have 5 to 10 years of experience, it strengthens decision-making, risk management, and stakeholder coordination, typically achieving 30 to 35% growth. For professionals with 10 to 15 years of experience, the program enhances strategic planning, financial structuring, and governance skills, enabling 40% or more growth as they move into leadership roles. This program bridges the industry gap in project finance, scheduling, cost optimization, technology adoption, and governance. By combining your field experience with these advanced competencies, you become a high-value professional capable of leading complex infrastructure projects with confidence. Upgrade your skill set, enhance your earning potential, and build a long-term career in one of the most impactful industries of our time. Welcome to Module 1 of the Advanced Infrastructure Project Management Program from IIM Tiruchirappalli. This opening module sets the foundation for understanding how large-scale infrastructure projects are conceived, evaluated, financed, and selected. Infrastructure is the backbone of any nation. Roads, airports, energy systems, water supply networks, digital infrastructure, urban transport, all of these shape economic growth and improve quality of life. However, managing such projects is far more complex compared to traditional business projects. They involve long timelines, huge investments, multiple stakeholders, regulatory approvals, environmental considerations, political influences, and risks that evolve over decades. In this module, you will explore what makes infrastructure projects unique and why strong project management capabilities are essential for their success. We begin by introducing the fundamentals of infrastructure project management and how public and private sector projects differ in purpose, financing, and governance. You will also examine global benchmarks to understand how world-class infrastructure projects achieve excellence. Next, we discuss how project management principles overlap with general management concepts, especially when dealing with large portfolios of long-term projects. You will learn how financial thinking plays a strategic role in evaluating infrastructure proposals, selecting the right projects, and allocating capital. We then move into the financial analysis that drives project selection decisions. You will understand project portfolio management, project finance structures, and key concepts such as cost-benefit analysis and PPP frameworks. We also review tools like SWOT and PSTL to analyze external factors that influence project viability. Finally, we cover how tenders work and how organizations evaluate proposals before committing to massive investments. Module 2 takes you into the core of how infrastructure projects are initiated, structured, and planned. Large infrastructure projects cannot rely on assumptions. Every milestone must be backed by clear documentation, feasibility analysis, and structured planning. In this module, you'll get a deep understanding of how a project transforms from an idea into a formally approved initiative. We begin with the fundamentals of project initiation as outlined in global standards like the PMBOK framework. You'll learn how project needs are identified, how feasibility is evaluated, and how leaders decide whether a project is worth moving forward. We break down the creation of a project proposal and the various dimensions: technical, economic, environmental, and social that influence feasibility. Then, we focus on one of the most critical steps, developing the project charter. This document defines the project's purpose, scope boundaries, key stakeholders, risks, assumptions, and constraints. You'll see how a well-designed charter sets expectations and eliminates ambiguity. We then transition into detailed project planning. You'll learn how to build a work breakdown structure, WBS, which converts large infrastructure goals into manageable tasks. We also explore project scoring models, objective frameworks used to compare multiple proposals and select the ones that deliver maximum value. Finally, you will get introduced to MS Project. You'll understand how digital tools support scheduling, resource planning, Gantt charts, and progress tracking. In Module 3, we shift into the analytical side of project management using statistical tools to make evidence-driven decisions. Infrastructure projects generate massive data, cost estimates, timelines, resource allocations, risks, and performance metrics. Understanding statistics allows project leaders to evaluate uncertainty, predict outcomes, and strengthen the reliability of their decisions. We begin with exploratory data analysis, how to interpret summary statistics, identify trends, and detect anomalies in project data. You'll learn to use descriptive tools that help simplify complex information into actionable insights. Next, you will be introduced to probability and sampling distributions. These concepts allow you to model uncertainty, an essential part of infrastructure planning where delays, cost overruns, and supply disruptions are common. We then cover hypothesis testing, including t-tests, chi-square tests, and ANOVA. These methods help you validate assumptions, compare alternatives, and verify whether observed differences are significant. You will see how these tests support decisions like selecting contractors, evaluating material quality, and analyzing project deviations. Regression analysis is another key highlight of this module. You'll learn how regression models establish relationships between variables such as cost, time, demand, and resource requirements. We also take you through diagnostics and model fit indicators to ensure your predictions are reliable. Finally, we introduce time series fundamentals, critical for forecasting project timelines, demand patterns, and cash flows. Module 4 takes you deeper into planning, focusing on people, priorities, timelines, and success criteria. Great planning doesn't just map tasks. It aligns expectations, ensures feasibility, and builds accountability. We start with project prerequisites, success factors, and the triple bottom line: how infrastructure projects must deliver economic, environmental, and social value. This forms the foundation of holistic project planning. Then we explore needs analysis and stakeholder analysis. You will learn how to identify all key stakeholders from government agencies and contractors to communities and regulators. We discuss how stakeholder expectations shape project scope and how effective engagement and communication plans prevent conflicts and delays. Next, we dive into schedule planning. You'll understand how project managers build detailed activity lists, estimate timelines, and structure deliverables. A key component of this module is network analysis using CPM and PERT. You'll learn how to visualize project activities, compute earliest and latest start times, identify activity floats, and determine the critical path, the sequence of tasks that directly influences project completion. Understanding the critical path is essential, as delays here immediately impact the overall schedule. Finally, You'll learn why activity floats matter and how smart scheduling can help teams proactively avoid bottlenecks and disruptions. Module 5 focuses on financial and operational efficiency, ensuring infrastructure projects remain viable, well budgeted, and optimally resourced. We begin with economic decision-making approaches, showing how leaders evaluate long-term value, environmental impact, and social benefits before committing large investments. Then we move into cost estimation, an essential skill for any infrastructure project manager. You'll explore multiple cost estimation methods, understand how budgets are built, and learn the artifacts required to justify financial decisions. Whether it's material procurement, manpower planning, or equipment deployment, accurate estimation is what prevents overruns. Next, we introduce the optimization mindset, how mathematical models improve resource allocation decisions. You learn about objective functions, decision variables, and constraints, and how they create a feasible solution space for better decision-making. We then compare feasible solutions versus optimal solutions, illustrating how project managers balance ideal outcomes with real-world limitations. Finally, you will be introduced to time, cost, and resource optimization techniques that help create realistic schedules and minimize waste. Module 6 is all about ensuring that infrastructure projects stay on track on time, on budget, and aligned with scope. Monitoring and control are critical because even minor deviations can escalate into major project failures. We begin with how project reviews are conducted, what performance indicators matter, and how managers detect early warning signs. You will understand how monitoring frameworks ensure transparency, accountability, and informed decision-making. One of the major concepts covered in this module is earned value management, a powerful tool that integrates scope, cost, and schedule metrics. EVM helps you measure how much work has been completed compared to what was planned and whether the project is ahead, behind, or over budget. We then examine project termination and closeout procedures, including documentation, stakeholder sign-offs, and financial closure. Understanding how to wrap up a project professionally is as important as initiating it. The module also covers project crashing, an advanced technique used when timelines need to be shortened. You'll learn time-cost trade-offs, how crashing affects resource needs, and how linear programming can be applied to identify the best crashing strategy with minimal additional cost. Module 7 focuses on one of the most crucial aspects of infrastructure management, that is handling risk. Because infrastructure projects span years and involve numerous stakeholders, risk is unavoidable, but it can be anticipated, analyzed, and mitigated. We begin with identifying different types of risks: scope-related risks, schedule delays, cost overruns, governance challenges, and external uncertainties. You learn how to categorize risks and understand their potential impact. We then move through the full risk management process: identification, assessment, prioritization, and mitigation. Tools such as risk matrices, heat maps, and quantitative assessments help project managers make informed decisions. Schedule risk is a major highlight in this module. You'll learn how probability-based techniques help predict delays, adjust timelines, and create contingency plans. We then explore risk response strategies like avoid, reduce, transfer, or accept, and how to build strong contingency plans for each. You'll understand how to manage uncertainties proactively instead of reacting to them. The module also includes a demonstration of risk planning and schedule risk analysis using MS Project, showing you how technology supports strong risk governance. Module 8 shifts the focus from processes to people because even the best plans fail without effective leadership and collaboration. Infrastructure projects require coordination across engineers, government officials, consultants, contractors, labor teams, and community stakeholders. Managing people dynamics is essential. We begin by exploring how organizational behavior influences project performance, how culture, structure, and leadership styles determine team effectiveness. You'll understand the role of motivation, communication, and decision-making in project environments. Next, we look at team dynamics, how to build high-functioning teams across disciplines, how to manage conflict, and how to encourage collaboration in high-pressure environments. Change management is a major highlight of this module. Infrastructure projects often introduce new systems, technologies, or processes, and people naturally resist change. You'll learn strategies to guide teams through transitions, build buy-in, and maintain morale. Module 9 dives into the supply chain side of infrastructure projects, which is a critical area because delays, shortages, or poor procurement can derail even the best planned projects. We begin with an introduction to supply chain management and its importance in the infrastructure context. You'll explore how materials, equipment, manpower, and services flow through complex networks of suppliers, contractors, and government bodies. Then we focus on materials procurement management, how to estimate requirements, manage lead times, and ensure timely availability of resources. You'll learn how procurement strategies influence cost, quality, and project timelines. Contracts management is another major component. Infrastructure projects rely heavily on contracts to define responsibilities, payment terms, risk allocation, and dispute resolution. You'll understand different contract types and how to manage vendor relationships effectively. Module 10 focuses on adherence to quality standards, process excellence, and modern project execution models. We begin with quality management in infrastructure projects, like how to define standards, set quality benchmarks, and ensure compliance throughout the project lifecycle. Tools from Lean, Six Sigma, and Total Quality Management help identify waste, reduce defects, and improve performance. You will also learn to use quality control tools such as check sheets, Pareto charts, and control charts to monitor consistency and uncover root causes of deviations. Next, we shift to agile project management. While infrastructure projects are traditionally waterfall-based, many aspects, especially design revisions, stakeholder communication, and digital modeling, benefit from agile principles. You'll explore the Agile Manifesto, sprints, backlogs, user stories, sprint reviews, and the roles of Scrum teams. We compare Agile and Waterfall approaches and discuss where hybrid models work best in infrastructure environments. Module 11 explores the digital transformation reshaping the infrastructure industry. Today, technology is not optional, it is a strategic enabler that improves accuracy, efficiency, and collaboration. We begin with modern developments in project management, including digital dashboards, real-time monitoring, mobile project tracking, and data-driven decision-making. Then we discuss Industry 4.0 and how smart technologies enable automation, predictive maintenance, and connected infrastructure systems. You will learn how artificial intelligence is applied in project management, such as forecasting delays, analyzing risks, optimizing schedules, and improving resource planning. A major highlight of this module is Building Information Modeling, BIM. You will explore its principles, functions, and real-world applications across architecture, engineering, and construction. BIM enables collaborative design, clash detection, cost estimation, and virtual simulation before construction begins. The module also includes a hands-on session where learners engage with BIM tools. By the end of this module, you will understand how digital technologies are redefining infrastructure project management and how to leverage them for smarter execution.
The final module brings together two essential pillars of modern infrastructure, that is, market strategy and sustainability. We begin with infrastructure-linked property development and how organizations identify development opportunities that enhance project value. You will understand the benefits and risks, as well as how property development supports financial feasibility. Next, we explore marketing for infrastructure projects, an area that is often overlooked. You will learn how to conduct market research, analyze stakeholder expectations, and build communication strategies that generate support, investment, and community acceptance. We also examine how to measure and evaluate marketing effectiveness. The second half of this module focuses on sustainability. Infrastructure projects must now meet global sustainability standards to ensure long-term environmental and social impact. You will explore sustainability reporting frameworks such as LEED and GRIHA, and learn about circular economy concepts that reduce waste and improve resource efficiency. By the end of this module, you will understand how to position infrastructure projects for social acceptance, market success, and long-term environmental responsibility.